Thank you very much, guys. This is my third vlog, and this is a total different thing than the previous two videos I have done, like traveling. My channel is not because of only the traveling, so I was planning to do much more things, interesting thing in the future. And also, this is the first interview in New Zealand, one citizen who lives in New Zealand for 30 years, and this is doing for like previous comments I have gotten from my friends and my other videos feedbacks. So most of the people are asking about New Zealand, how to survive in New Zealand, and most people are willing to come from abroad, such as Australia and America and Canada. But this video for like most the people like willing to come New Zealand. What are the good things in New Zealand better than other countries? So willing to give more like a range of experience from this Sri Lankan citizen who lives in New Zealand for 30 years, and he's a working professional and student consultant, and he got more job opportunities around for the students. So that's the main reason I was doing this video, for getting to know him much well, and what are the criteria that he can help for the student people who's living in New Zealand and who's willing to come to the New Zealand. So I think this is the great answer for my all the friends for who been asking while like a couple of years, what are the job opportunities, how can we apply for the permanent residence from Sri Lanka to here, and what are the job opportunities around New Zealand, and what are the main job around New Zealand. And that's the kind of thing we had to describe over here. So hope you guys will enjoy this one. Hi guys, we are here with Mr.Gamini Siriwardane, who is the director of Sipsetha Education. I have the list of questions about my friends asking about the New Zealand. So we'll start with the introduction for Mr. Gamini Siriwardane.
Aibuan, the viewers all over the world who is viewing this video or YouTube channel. I have to say that I came here long time ago, as Pubbaz mentioned, with a young family, very young, 2 children, and on a permanent resident visa. But those days not much population, only 3.3 million people in New Zealand. Now it's just over 5 million. That is last 20 odd years is increases up to about 1.7. But those days not much jobs, but not big competition too, because not many foreigners in this country. But slowly, from 1998, there are a lot of migrant students started to move into New Zealand. The meantime that I have worked in Bangkok, Ceylon over 14 years back in Sri Lanka. So with that experience, I was able to get very clerical jobs, and I was doing sales and marketing consultant, and finally ended up with purchasing and inventory manager. So I had a feeling that whatever I give to these employers, I'm not getting much money. So I thought to do my own way, but anyway, I got redundant 3 times in this country. So that's why I decided I was doing real estate consultant and insurance consultant. So after that, I thought it's better, according to my knowledge and the capabilities, I better do something because I'm involved with social and community work, and I have a big network of people, and every day I was thinking I have to do something for Sri Lanka. And then I started this student services as a community service. Then I thought this is a service, but when I was digging this thing, I realized there are a lot of loopholes in this field, especially in Sri Lanka or India or whatever the subcontinent countries. The agents are not really up to the level. They give a lot of dreams and a lot of expectation to the students who are coming here. So especially the jobs. Some people say that the agent said somebody will come and pick up from the airport. but never. And somebody said when you go there, you get about, according to Sri Lankan rupees, so you get about 405,000 salary. And so these things I wanted to correct. I always tell my colleagues and my wife, if I get a chance in Rupawahini or in Sri Lanka, I would explain the clarity. I'm not blaming anybody, but most of the agents, they are not here. They didn't come here. So they don't have the right picture of the country.
That's right.
So Pubbaz, you know that even when you come here, how hardship you had.
Yeah.
And you always mention before your sister comes.
Yeah.
Now she realized, but this is a very good country, like less population, less corrupted, and a nice softy climate.
Yeah, that's right.
And all those things is very living condition is up to level. It's not easy like a piece of cake in a tray.
Yeah.
You have to work hard.
Yeah.
But the thing is, before that, you have to get the education. Are you doing the right thing? Are you doing the right thing? That is the very important thing. So before that is why, according to my experience and all other things, I realized to start this thing for somebody in Sri Lanka or even in anywhere in the world. If anybody view this one, they know what is the reality. Don't expect, and especially the Sri Lankans, I say, you spending millions and millions from parents' money or getting money out of the bank or getting money for the higher interest rate. You have to think twice. Because this thing, when I interview anybody, I call the parents, put on the speaker, I'll tell them straight away. Even then the children, the parents have to study, understand. The children has to understand. This is not really a simple job.
Simple job, yeah. The second question was like, most people are asking about why everybody choose New Zealand other than the other countries. Most people are like trying to go for America and Canada and Australia, and the last thing was New Zealand. But still, more people need to come to New Zealand. But still, some people are giving bad comments, like, when the person who live in New Zealand, the like experienced person, when the student comes, don't come to New Zealand, and you must go for Sri Lanka again because this is a hard country to live. They were like telling like that. Some people. Yeah. What is the like?
Now that thing is depending on the people's listening. If you do something, you have to listen to yourself or your parents, basically. Yeah. Because if you're going to ask the question for 10 people, there are 10 different ways, 10 different answers, and people who are here, it's most likely not to tell anything because they already jump in the well. Yeah. They can't say what is happening here. Yes, so that is why the negative things. But this thing happened anywhere in the world. Example, recently that 2 girls went to learn English in Azerbaijan and they burnt. So who said to go there? Yeah, so that is the simple. But New Zealand, I say, if you do the homework first, why do I go? And even if you have any contacts here, that will be really fine. But my case, if I bring anybody here, I'm the person who is going to personally to airport, pick that person, and keeping under our shelter for a few weeks or few months until they settle. And even though to find a job, that is, I am happy. That is why I say, even my advertisement in some ways, not everywhere. So pick up and finding a job, all other things, educate. But most people in the overseas agent, they don't know how to trace this field.
So the third question is how to choose the correct agent, whatever, in the Sri Lanka or New Zealand. But most of the people doesn't have any contact for New Zealand agent. So that's why I was doing interview for you. Yeah. And also how to choose the agent and how to choose the correct course. Yeah. And what are the things we need to look for the basics.
Yeah. The example, if you talk about New Zealand, agent is not the first. The first, number one, is the course. Because most children are educated. At least they are well educated, well qualified in even advanced level or degree level. And they are easily able to access the internet and they can search. And the other thing is the student has to realize his or her interest. Like whatever you have done, it's better that to continue that part. Otherwise, if we want to change it, that's also fine. But the thing is, I'm encouraging a lot of people used to come here for business management. So they don't know that a lot of business management people who came that gone back to Sri Lanka. Even personally, I don't bring any business management student because I know it is really hard. Because automatically the New Zealanders they give chance to the New Zealand first,
Yeah,
and especially those sort of jobs.
yeah.
Business management, that is office job. Other thing is you can search internet, the courses, universities throughout New Zealand, and you have to select. Some people don't know where is Invercargill, where is Auckland, but that is also you should have a proper search of geographical situation and the climatic condition. Because Invercargill is very cold these days, and as well as Queenstown, Christchurch. So that is the number two. Agent you can find. I mean, agent you can tell this is as goes, because you have to convince the agents this is what I am going to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Not the agent. Most people come here, I know.
Yeah.
Agent has recommended you do this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I know a couple of cases, they are science degree holders, but they came for level 7 courses. It's nothing to do with that. It's not really fair for the student side. Yeah. Other thing is cost of the courses. I know when you come to, even you select the courses, when it's come to that level, Invercargill is maybe 3-4 grand less than the other areas. So they think, oh, I'm going to Invercargill. But when you go there, only realize Invercargill is like called a desert. Called a desert. So that one you realize, okay, I want to do these things, but I will find the most convenient place, and try to get different agents' views, and then they realize what you want to do. Yeah. But it is very hard because it is like a fish market. Like when you walk in, everybody is yelling to you to catch you up.
That's right.
And the meat market, say like that. So we have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And other thing is the cost level. When I say money, funds, I strongly recommended not to get the money from outside for higher interest rates.
Yes, right.
That's really not acceptable. Sometimes I used to tell the students, you have to pay that money because I have to work hard for that thing.
Yeah.
You can get the loans from most of the banks, registered central bank in Sri Lanka, and the other way, the general loan, or this is student loan. But think that you borrow the money or you bring your parents' money, still you have to pay back.
That's right.
So that is why. So those things you should realize. Other thing is, as well, that 20 hours work is more than enough to survive.
That's right. Yeah.
That is the reason. Mm-hmm. So that's why you have to select those things.
Yeah. And also, Uncle, most of the people like asking me about when we like going to the agent and they have to pay for like, I don't know, whatever the amount. That's my experience.
Yeah.
I paid for like 50,000 for the offer letter.
Yeah.
Is that worth it, or we can do on my own?
No, they don't tell that offer letter. Okay. Because I also getting, because I should have bond. Okay. So I would say, okay, 50,000 rupees plus the immigration consultant and the visa fees. I mean, most probably approximately $1,000. Okay. But that deposit I take as a bond.
Okay.
I refund it.
Oh, refund it. Okay.
So all others they have to bear anyway. Okay. Visa fees and the immigration consultant cost, that's not a big money. Okay. But other than one by one, I said no. It's that's no, because if you come here, we get the money from the college.
College, that's right.
So that is even my the consultant I work with. They said, Gamini, we have to keep it very minimum, or we don't charge them because it's not fair like in our country.
That's right. Yeah.
But that because out of that also, they are living with this student. That's why. That's right. Like 150,000 rupees or something. Like if we get 20 people, it's 3 million.
That's right.
Yeah, it shouldn't do that. Only thing is, as a deposit, they said that's all. But visa fee you have to pay direct, and consultant fee. What they do normally in my cases, they transfer money, so I pay from here. The consultant fee is at visa pay. That's the reason.
Yeah. And also, Uncle, one more question regarding that questions, and most of the people asking, what are the job opportunities in Auckland? What are the main job, like the cookery jobs and cleaning jobs over here? But that's not granting the work visa. But still, they're asking me like in Queenstown, what are the popular job, and what is the Christchurch? What is the popular thing in there, and how to find the job? Like, do you have any?
Christchurch, I would say, because Christchurch is still rebuilding after the large earthquakes. So construction field, engineering, any jobs related to engineering. So it's a big one. So job opportunities there. Even if anybody here now studying construction field, if they go to Christchurch or apply here from online, definitely they will get it. Because they doesn't matter what qualifications you have in overseas, they only look at the New Zealand qualification. Okay. Other thing is, now I recommend anybody want to study, normally not happening in our country, the agriculture field.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of courses for viticulture, horticulture, different things relating to agriculture, means especially wineries. A lot of Sri Lankans and Indians, they won prizes for those courses.
Okay.
Because if you study in Napier or Tauranga,
okay.
There are a lot of wineries, and and the avocado farms. So that's you have to think.
Yeah.
If you want to study and here settle, you have to think not the job, the field. And other thing is environmental science, environment. A lot of people don't, but there are a lot of opportunities here. They give a lot of money to do the environment experience as scientists. So that is the thing. Other thing is, 2 days ago, I took it to my mind, because a lot of people, that even whatever they do cookery, hospitality, and business management. Now I'm going to recommend whoever who has done the science stream, there are courses for pharmacy technicians. It's a new course, but it's a lot of demand in the world. Pharmacy technicians, and then you can continue as the degree like a pharmacist, registered pharmacist. So that's one, but odd jobs like, comparing to the other cities, Auckland, you have a lot of jobs anywhere, restaurant, cafes, cleaning, delivering papers. So everybody does. Everybody know. No one can say, I never done. Everybody done. Even including myself ages ago, right? So because you have to get the money. Yeah.
How to select the universities? What are the polytechnics means? What are the colleges means? Nobody knows. Even when I was applying for my wife, I don't even know what are the differences between polytechnic and university. And also, when we apply for the student visa, where to apply, like Christchurch or Auckland, because what are the chances getting the visas granted quickly?
Universities, Auckland example, Auckland University, Victoria University, Canterbury University, and Otago University, mainly, and Waikato. Mainly, those are the sort of super great universities.
Okay.
It's very hard to get the offers even, because the New Zealand government keep those places for the local students.
Okay.
But A-grade universities, sort of Unitec, MIT, EIT, SIT, that is called all Institute of Technology, but still a university grade.
Okay.
And the B-grade universities is some colleges, example, NZMA.
Okay.
There's also got few campus, but after that only sometimes NSIA, different. These are also universities, colleges.
Okay.
That is depending on when you select means. First thing, anyway, doesn't matter whatever happen, you go to the figure. That's obvious. So that is, what I'll do is, you have to think, okay, how much I spend. I'm going to spend more and get the good college education or university education, or spend less for normal school or college. Doesn't matter. These all colleges and courses are approved and accredited by the New Zealand Qualification Authority. That is the governing body of all these university educations, New Zealand Qualification Authority. Doesn't matter when you study in Auckland University or EIT or anywhere else, you get the same qualification level. So it is not a main issue. It is like example, like if you go to the university with 300 marks and another person is in there 210, both are going to do medicine, but end of the day when you finish, both are doctors.
Yeah.
Example like that. The other thing is location. I would say now under the present government policy, still not change. Out of Auckland is more popular because if you are able to or capable to apply for the resident visa or any other visa, you get extra 30 marks, as you know.
Yeah.
That is also, but other way around, it's very hard to get the jobs in those areas like Waikato. That is good. That's I earlier told agriculture. If you do study agriculture related degree or any diploma in Waikato University, definitely you will get a job from a winery or avocado or kiwi fruit farm.
Yeah.
So that is the thing. But Auckland also it's good. But I recommend rather than sitting here, you have to try the hard one, not the easy one.
Yeah.
Because if you go to out of Auckland and work hard, and the employee is happy with you, they are definitely help you.
Yes.
Because the most areas employees are New Zealanders, like farm owners. Other thing is now your other question is even I am doing and I have done bring some employees like people for job offers.
Direct to the
Direct
job.
to this country, but that is you have to go through the immigration shortage list. There's always the updating once a month probably. Now they have categorized for divisions also. Auckland Division, Northern Division, and General, Christchurch. So if there are any shortage there in there and you have the particular qualification and the experience, you are eligible to apply, but still no guarantee. Because I have to work very hard because I brought 2 diesel mechanics lately. But it's not for the IT technician or business development managers or teachers or no. Still, like I'm working, like a bakers, pastry chefs, painters, builders, panel beaters, all sort of people because they are still in the shortage list. Still, when you apply from an offshore applicant, you have to convince the immigration officer why we hire this person.
Okay.
So it's not people think that is my friend is there, my cousin there. Why can't you know? No. Yeah. So that's they have to understand. It's a bit of luck too.
Yeah, that's right.
Bit of luck.
Yeah. Because why I'm asking that question is most of the friends are asking me about Machan. Can I have a job offer over there?
Yeah.
So that's not like
marshmallows.
Because most of the people like willing to come New Zealand like easiest way that possible. Skip the studies and skip all the odd jobs and do their work. That's really hard. That can be happen like Uncle told us. That's really hard to get straight away.
Other thing is like in case this is because I can say no problem because I spoke to my consultant yesterday too. If anybody in here legally doesn't matter whatever or visitor visa or whatever, and if they have the particular qualification and the experience and a reasonable or good job offer, still we can try. But we can't say yes, but those things happen. That is, like you're already in the country.
Yeah, that's right.
But offshore people, it's very hard.
Right.
I would say no. But even at this stage, I have few applications to immigration. And the other thing is we have to remind now, after COVID-19, a lot of New Zealand citizens and residents, they came home. They returned home. So government has to give the priority to those people. and then only they have to worry about others.
Others.
But unless if you are really qualified, you are the number one or only person in only 10, 1 out of 10 in the world, that means they will say straight away, okay, be happy to take it. Yeah.
Okay, uncle, the last question. This is the last question and most important part of the question.
Yeah.
Most of the students come here and they had to survive from the job. Must know about the how much they can earn for the 20 hours
Yeah.
at the minimum rate of New Zealand,
Yes.
and also how to find the jobs
Yes.
at last, and what are the living condition, where can they find the place, and what are the certain amount they had to pay for the rent,
Yeah.
and the food stuff and the expenses.
Now, I would say that if anybody come here under student visa, always I calculate the money extra at least $3,000. That is the pocket money. $3,000 means if you can drive a car, you can buy a car for $1,000. It's not a problem. It's a good condition car. You couldn't believe that sometimes, the $1,000, but it's very good condition car. And the other way is, if you want to live like peacefully and doing your studies, average room rent $200 a week, or sometimes with the meals maybe $250 a week. That is depending on your choice. If you can cook, you can cook. But work-wise, that student visa holders, they can work 20 hours maximum per week, but unlimited hours during the vacation time. But 20 hours a week means average now $18.70 minimum hour. You would get at least $320 a week. But that's more than enough. Like if you manage your money, like if you bring some money and keep it in your pocket, but that $320, even sometimes you get $170 per week rent. So maybe that ending up with the 225, 230, 240 with the food cost. And the transport, you will get ID from the university, so that extra special cost. And then, but if you have a vehicle, it's different. The finding a job is always go through the contacts. That's happening here also. Like if you are a New Zealand citizen, resident, you're living here, and word of mouth through Facebook, through different social websites.
We have like apps as well, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
apps. Yeah.
well.
So that is there's a network. You can't be stay alone and find a job. No, you have to come out of your comfort zone and find the jobs. But maybe in a restaurant, maybe in a supermarket, maybe in food chain places like McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, like that. Things. Only thing is your will and your aim, your goal. That is what I have to do. But that is why simply I say this. Otherwise, no problem.
Yeah. So in regarding to that one, uncle. So after the lockdown, how will the situation like? If it is the same, or it will be a little bit different after the lockdown?
After the lockdown, also it's bit different, because you may heard the air hostess now working in countdown.
Yeah.
And
right.
I saw 2 days ago, Virgin Air pilot is working in Korea the place. So like that, because if they come out, because they can't stay home.
Yeah, that's right.
Example, in the whole world, it's during the COVID now down, it's like everybody is house arrested.
That's
And some people, not like us, these people can't handle the stress.
Yes.
So that is one, but it is hard. So you can find any jobs, those sort of, and especially if you are strong enough to wake up in the morning. There are a lot of herald deliveries. Yeah, it's good money too. But the thing is, however, you can survive, but you have to find. This is not somebody's looking, and if you can't work hard, if you are not a physically moving person, Sometimes you know that some children here even they didn't wash their plates after their meals, maybe back in Sri Lanka.
Back in Sri Lanka.
But here you have to do others.
Yeah, that's right. And at last, what are the main things who needs to know before come to New Zealand? That's the last question. And what are the main things that they had to like go through with the checklisters, and what are the things they need to collect, the documents, the only the like default ones, like not all the documents, like what are the things they need to prepare before come to New Zealand?
You mean for the student visa?
Student visa. Yeah.
That is, you know, like normally your educational certificate and birth certificate and passport photos digital now, and finance. Especially that is important. Like you know that even some people they have money but they are not in the bank.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's right,
you know, like that's one. You have to make that arrangements at least 3-4 months prior to apply the visa. So immigration look at that, because otherwise, you know, like visa is applying tomorrow, that somebody is getting the bag of money from somewhere else in the jungle and put it in the bank. No, that doesn't work. So that's the important thing. You have to organize your finance things. Now, if you talk to someone, you know, especially me, if I talk to a student or parent, okay, how do you find the money, funds? So then they, according to their reply, I said, no, from today itself, tomorrow go to the bank, deposit the money and keep going, fixed deposit or whatever, doesn't matter. That is easy, and I strongly request anybody. I know everybody, like, you know, next door neighbor's daughter's going to Australia, and other side son is going to USA. I want to send my daughter to there. I know it's a personal feeling to anybody as a parent, but don't take money for higher interest rate. For that money, your son or a daughter has to work very hard to find that one, to repay that money. My request is don't do that, but do the normal way, banking loans or special banking schemes or whatever like that. So then, because don't think when they come here straight away, next day they will get a job. I know that one lady or two ladies come just before the lockdown, they still don't have jobs. So they have to survive with Sri Lankan money.
That's right. And thank you very much for the valuable time, Uncle. So I was like calling him and asking for the appointment for like several days, and he was really busy. And thank you for the opportunities. And if you guys want to contact him in New Zealand, so you can call him straight away. I will put the description under below over here. And also, if you in Sri Lanka or whatever the country, you can contact him on social media, and if you guys can leave a message on Viber. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and just keep in touch with my next videos, and subscribe it, like it, and share it for all your friends, and give me a support. Thank you very much.